Howdy Rangers, welcome back to another week of our midweek coaches show. Tons of things happening as we talk about every week. This is a great part of the school year. So many athletes in season, so many sports going on. We're gonna get right to all of our celebrations from the past week. So let's talk about track. On Saturday, we hosted the Ranger Relays here. Huge shout out to Coach Jones, the entire track staff. We also wanna give a shout out to Spring Branch and Smithson Valley Middle, whose coaches came up and helped run the track meet. Taking on something like that is a huge undertaking, and it wouldn't be possible without the help of everyone. So thank you to everyone who helped make Ranger Relays successful. Not only was it successful because it went off well and it was a beautiful day, but the Rangers also showed up. The varsity girls came home meet champions, and the JV girls were the meet co-champions. So congrats to our entire girls side. Some shout outs we want to give to some kids that had some extra great performances. Aviana Miller set a school record in the triple jump with a jump of 38 feet and 6 inches. Brady Solansky won both the 3,200 meter and the 1,600 meter. Mia Perez won the 800 meter run. And then our girls once again killed it in the 4x4, bringing home the gold medal in that. So they've got a couple more meets before they get into the heart of their season with their district schedule, but they are cranking along, doing a great job. Congrats again to Coach Jones and his entire staff. Also, congrats to our golf team, Coach Poppy and Coach Sutton. Our first boys team headed to the state preview last weekend. They finished 9th, led by Caleb Thomas and Hayden Gold. Our second and third boys teams headed to the district preview a couple of days ago. They brought home 5th and 11th place. Shout out to Rylan Villarreal, who shot an 80 in what Coach Poppy said was the worst wind he's ever coached in his career. And the girls also headed to the district preview. Shout out to Maddie Lawless, who finished in the top 10, shooting a 78. As you can tell with these district previews, they're getting into the heart of their season, so we'll actually hear from Coach Poppy next time we see you guys for a little bit of an in-depth look into golf. We also want to give a shout out to softball. They are cruising along in district. They've had 2 huge wins this week, if the scores tell you anything. They won 17-2 over Bernie and 23-3 over Piper. Currently tied for first in district. They play New Braunfels, who they're tied with this week, so we'll get back to you with that information in a little bit. And then we want to give a huge shout out to baseball. If you have not seen it, Monday we had the ribbon cutting for our new baseball facility. They've got a ton of new things happening over there. Press box dugouts have been redone. It is a beautiful facility to a very deserving coaching staff and program. They also started district. So they had a tough loss Friday to Champion, but had a huge rebound Tuesday night also against Champion and pulled out an 8-0 win. So way to regroup, guys, come back, get the second one. And the 2 sports that we also are leaving out right now are girls soccer and boys soccer. But this is the week where we're going to get a little bit more of a deep dive into hear about how their district is going and what is coming up for them. So right now we're going to head over to Coach Hill, who's with our girls coach, Jason Atkins.
Thanks for that update, and congratulations to all our teams and the athletes and coaches on their successes over the past week. And we're going to throw it back and after our segment here and see what's getting ready to happen the rest of this week and into the early part of next week. So, but as we do each week, we always feature a sport or sports that are in session right now, that are in season. And today we're going to feature both our girls and our boys soccer programs, who are about 2/3, maybe a little further than that, 3/4 maybe away into their district schedule. So we're going to start with our girls soccer coach, and Coach Jason Atkins joins us today. And Coach Atkins, you've been here a little while. This is year number
24.
Okay, 24 at Smithson Valley as our girls soccer coach. Of course, has a tremendous track record, a great win-loss percentage. We've made deep runs in the playoff state tournament a couple of years back, and has had sustained excellence, over a long period of time. And so, Coach, we'll talk about what's to come later, but let's bring the Ranger fans up to date with what's going on, or what has gone on up to now. You guys got started the Monday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you start after Thanksgiving. We go into our scrimmage season. We played 3 scrimmages before the Christmas break, and then we came back, hosted our tournament, did really well there. Then we went off to Leander. Played in that tournament, got a snow day or an ice day. We didn't get to play steel, but then we started district after that. So
Well, it happens quick because we're as all of our sports other than football are in a 9-team district. So that means we start district play real early, don't get a lot of non-district games or matches. And it's a pretty competitive league. And let's bring our fans up to date on the district from the beginning until where you are now.
Yeah, like you said, our district's really tough. You can take the top 6 teams in our district and put them in the top 10 in the region. But up to date right now, we're undefeated currently. We're 10-0-3. We've got 3 ties, but no losses. So, leading the way. Hopefully, we can continue that run on and get a district title back and move on from there.
And that currently has you in first, although, like you said, it's pretty crowded there at the top. So with 3 games to go, you're in a position to control your own destiny. If you win out, you'll win the district championship. If not, then it's kind of we'll see, I guess. But Ranger fans, we're going to have a broadcast of your game. We'll talk about that here in a minute. That's upcoming, where we can watch our girls and Coach Atkins in action. Who are some of the players that maybe our fans need to be looking for? Who's kind of led the way for you?
We got a senior, Caitlin North, that plays center back for us. 3-year letterman, a 2-year starter, 2-year captain. Has done really well for us in the back. Morgan Heights plays in the middle. She's a junior. She was on varsity starting for us as a freshman when we went to the state tournament. She's doing really well. Addie Briscoe that plays up top for us, our leading goal scorer. She moved in as a sophomore from California, doing really well. So those are the 3 players that kind of anchor us down the middle.
Right, and obviously you have a lot of girls playing at a high level, or we wouldn't be where we are in the standings. But we do get an opportunity to showcase our girls soccer program tomorrow night, Friday. They're going to be at home against Wagner. It's going to be senior night, and as we do most years, that's the game, one of the games that we'll broadcast. That link will be live on the Rangers Network about 7:15, right as the game begins. It is senior night, and I think we'll of course showcase those seniors and their parents and show that at halftime. But Coach, 3 games to go. Who do we have? And then if we take care of business, what does postseason look like? I know that's not set in stone yet.
3 games left. We got Wagner Friday. We travel to Tybee on Tuesday of next week, and then we've got Veterans Memorial here on Friday to end up district. So if we do well, and hopefully we anticipate that we do well in those 3 games and come out with wins. If we do, we'll be in first place, and looks like we'll maybe run into Hayes. It's possible Leander could maybe get into that 4th spot, and that's who we see in the first round.
Okay, I know that's a highly competitive league as well. Like a lot of our sports, you'll run into tough people right from the beginning. But we wish you luck this Friday and in the coming weeks. Let's go win a district championship, and congrats on your success so far.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
Okay, we're going to throw it back to Coach Miller now, and she's going to talk a little bit about the week ahead, not just in girls soccer, but everything else that we have going on. So take it away, Coach.
Thanks, coaches. If you haven't had a chance to check out our girls soccer program, those girls get after it. Coach Atkins gets after it. It's a lot of fun. Please, if you can, get out and support them. We also want to give you some other ways to support our athletes this week. Our softball team is hosting New Braunfels Friday night here at Smithson Valley. It is also Teacher Appreciation Night, so we should have a really good turnout. They're also tied with New Braunfels for first in district, so it's a big game. If you're looking for something to do Friday night, they will play. Varsity will play at 7 here at Smithson Valley. Those girls, those coaches would love to see you here helping to support them. Baseball's taking a little break in tournament, trying to catch up some games from the tournaments that were canceled earlier in the season. So if you want to come see the first game played at our new baseball facility, come out tomorrow. Friday, we're going to host Stevens High School. Saturday, we are hosting Medina Valley at noon. 2 great opportunities to not only come out and watch our Rangers, but to check out our new facility. And then before baseball picks up district again next week. Golf, they are leaving today, heading to McAllen. Tomorrow and Saturday, they will compete in the regional preview, which is at Champions Lake in McAllen. So good luck, safe travels to Coach Poppy, Coach Sutton, and our entire golf team. Tennis today and tomorrow. They've had a couple weeks off, mostly due to weather, but they are heading to San Marcos High School for the San Marcos Varsity Invitational. Good luck to Coach Lalonde, Coach Albright. And then track. On Saturday, they will head out to the Cougar Relays, hosted by Canyon High School. So good luck to Coach Jones, his staff, and all of our track athletes. We've also got one other team that's got some things going on. That is our boys soccer team. So to hear a little bit more about them and what's coming up for them, we're going to head to Coach Hill and Coach Boss.
Thanks, Coach, and looking forward to watching those contests in this week. We got it all going on: tennis, golf, soccer, oh gosh, baseball, softball. We got a lot going on, but good luck to all those sports as they go through another week upcoming. And to close out the show, we're going to feature our second sport of the show. We talked to girls soccer earlier, as you saw, and now we want to feature our boys soccer program. Girls and boys soccer seasons run parallel to one another. Both have about 3 games to go as you watch this show. And so Coach Heather Boss, who is our boys soccer coach and a Smithson Valley alumnus back 8 or 10 years ago, I guess. Yeah. So going to bring us up to speed on the boys soccer program. You know, we've Coach Atkins kind of told us where the girls sit, and like Coach Atkins, you guys started on the Monday after Thanksgiving, and let's kind of walk it from there to where we are now.
Awesome. So we started off at the Alamo Heights tournament, played some really good teams, and then we hosted our own tournament. We were trying to work some kinks out. We have some young players. We have a few sophomores that start. So, and then we went straight into district play. And as I'm sure everybody knows, our district is a pretty tough one. So, and we start with hard teams. And so the first round, we tied Bernie Champion, we tied Alamo Heights, we tied Bernie. So we did pretty well that first round, considering it was so early. And then, you know, kind of went through the second part of district and had some ups and downs. We had a keeper injury that early in the season, so we have a freshman goalkeeper. So that's a pretty hard position to step into, and he's done well. But so we got to the second half of district and knocked off Bernie High, who was ranked high in the state here at home, and that helped us out a little bit to get points off them. And so we are going into these last 3 games in 4th place by a point. So we've had, like I said, ups and downs, but when it comes down to it, especially here at home, the boys really put on a show, and they've won some good games here. This past Tuesday, we beat New Braunfels, who was above us in third, 2-1. So we've done pretty well, especially those home games.
Well, you've slotted yourself well for these last 3. You know, you won, taking 4 teams, and then, like you said, it's a 9-team league, highly competitive, real crowded at the top, and positioned yourself to control your own destiny, yes, these last 3 games. So very good there. Now, we're hoping to have a broadcast or two of upcoming matches of y'all's. If our Ranger fans tune into that or come to the game, who are a couple of players that maybe they need to be on the lookout for?
So we have some seniors who've kind of defensively anchored us. We have Keller Sharp, and we have Hayden Cox and Tad Dresdo, who play in the back for us and play kind of defensively in the middle. And they're the guys that set the tone. Like every game, they're the ones getting the kids ready to go. And then offensively, we have some youngsters that have led the charge. Trent Namaya, who everybody knows from the football state championship. He's actually really good with his feet, not just kicking a football. He has a really long throw that he has assisted like 3 goals in the last 4 games to another youngster, Leonidas Urrutia, who's a sophomore. And then we have Brandon Burt, who's been coming on and scoring some clutch goals. So we have a little mix of seniors and a mix of youngsters that have kind of led our team to where we're at.
Well, good. And as you said, we have 3 games to go. If we win all of them, there's no question we'll be in and possibly as high as 3rd maybe. Maybe you have some wiggle room if you don't win it all. Or don't win them all. But who do you have left? I know the show's being taped on Thursday. What do the next 3 games look like?
So we're at Wagner on Friday, and then we have a tough game against Kerrville-Tivy at home on Tuesday. They're always a big rivalry for us. And then we finish out at Veterans Memorial. So 3 games that if we take care of our business, then we finish where we need to. But we do have a little wiggle room depending on some other games, because our opponents New Braunfels and Alma Heights finished with some real or tougher schedule, but we have to take care of our business.
Yeah, our schedule's a little bit front loaded, and that's a thing people forget in highly competitive leagues. You get locked in on your own game. Well, some of these people got to play each other too, and that's going to happen, of course, over these last 3 weeks. So about a week and a half to go, and and on to what we hope is a playoff season. Coach, good luck, and thanks for being on today.
Thank you.
All right, well, Ranger fans, that wraps it up. Longer show, good show, and we'll see you next time. Go Rangers.